Now, the process of relationship growth is something that is somehow complicated, and it requires a lot of knowledge for you to understand, because we have defective cycles of relationship growth and we also have effective and successful cycles of relationship growth. For example, in a defective cycle of relationship growth, we have strangers who turns into friends. Friends now becomes lovers. Then from lovers, they turn into strangers again. That is a defective cycle of relationship growth. But in an effective cycle, we can be able to simplify it and talk about it according to the stages and according to the elements that makes each stage to be successful. So we are going to discuss a model of an effective relationship growth in our own common language. Now, we have strangers. A stranger is a person who you have never met, and now they will turn into a friend, into a lover, and maybe get into marriage with. So that is the process that we are going to discuss about. So let's take an instance. You go and meet a stranger. That stranger, for you to notice them, the element there or the determining factor there is attractiveness. And this attractiveness mostly is physical. So we talk about physical attractiveness. When you are attracted to this stranger, in our common language, we say that I have a crush on that person, right? So this is a stranger. You have seen them, you have found them to be attractive, to be very beautiful, dressed decently, in the latest fashion. So you have a crush on them. That crush is a result of just physical attractiveness of that person. You have not talked to them, you have met them for the first time, and then you now have that psychic zeal to know that person or to engage with that person. So we have a crush now. From a stranger, they turn into a crush. Now, at a crush level, the main determinant element here is personal development. It's where now you start working on yourself because you want to win over that crush. Remember, you have not even talked to this person. They don't know your intention, whether you want to be in a relationship with them or not. So here, personal development means you start working on yourself, trying to see whether you can match with the character of your crush. So if you used to go out with shaggy hair and tucked shirt, now you start grooming and tidying up, because if I go out, I might come across them and they might not be pleased, or I may not appear attractive to them as they are attractive to me. So you start working on yourself at that level of a crush. The other element that comes into place at that stage, it's whereby now you work on your people skills. Remember, this is a person that you have not talked to. Maybe it's a normal stranger, a person you met at workplace, or a new worker, or a student in college, and now you want to approach them. Now that is where people skills come in. There is rapport creating, how you will introduce yourself, how you will introduce the conversation, how you will say hi. You see, sometimes these things happens unconsciously. We are not aware whether they are happening, but in real sense they are. So at a crush level, there is personal development and there is people skills. So when your personal development graduates and your people skills mature, you can be able to approach this person and talk to them. And talking to that person means now you have begun your dating process. That is the third stage, from a stranger into a crush, and now you are dating. Dating means simply gathering information and learning about the other person so that you may be able to determine your compatibility. Are you really compatible with this person that you really like, that you are really attracted to, that you have a crush on? Are your strengths matching? Can you be able to bear and live with their simplicity, their fault? Can you bear them? Are your strength and future ambitions and passions matching? That's the idea that you are trying to gather at a dating stage, so that you may determine whether you are compatible. If your interest does not match, it means you not graduate to the next step. You fall into a friend zone. You just become friends because now you have seen that you cannot be compatible. Whatever this person likes, you don't like. You cannot bear with such a person, so they just becomes a friend. But if if dating graduates in terms of ideologies, dating, you are also trying to gather and learn the ideas of this person, how they are thinking. So if you are not attracted to them ideologically, they becomes your friend. If you find them ideologically attractive, now you graduate into a relationship. Now, see, relationship is coming at the third level, because now for a relationship to start, it's not just physical attractiveness. There must be ideological attractiveness that you have determined from the dating process. That's why you are going out with this person. You are talking too much because you want to know them and they want to know you as well. Now, when you become in that relationship that is characterized by ideologies and also physical attractiveness that was there at the beginning, now the determining factor at a relationship stage becomes motivation. Remember, this person, you have noted that you are ideologically compatible. You are thinking about the same things, or if not the same thing, what she's thinking, it's something that also interests you in some ways. So you have to keep motivating them. Motivation here in a relationship, that is the next stage, is you want to support them to achieve their goals, and they want to support you to achieve your goals. So you are motivating each other to grow, because in our last discussion, we talked about defective dating, and we said that if a dating process deviates you from achieving your future goals and ambition, that is a defective dating process. So at this level now, you are motivating each other to achieve your personal goals. If it's a girl, I'm motivating her to achieve her personal goals, and she is motivating me to achieve my personal goal. And if that now it's continuing, we have another aspect or element of empathy. Empathy is simply putting yourself in that other person's shoes and being able to understand them. Remember, you have already gathered information about this person when you are dating, so you know them, you know their life pattern. If they are working, you know the time they go to work, the time they come back at home, so you are already sure. For example, if you call them and they do not pick your phone, you are aware that this person will call me back, or you can click into your mind that even if they did not pick my phone, maybe it's because they are working and they will call later. And now you've been on the other side and you found a missed call. Empathy means you will be able to understand, if this person called me, it's because they have something to tell me, and it's my duty and obligation to call them back. That is empathy. You are now trying to live in the other person's shoe and viewing things and issues according to the way you think they also see the same things. So motivation and empathy really characterized a relationship to grow. Communication is a key. It's a key element in all the process, but most of all, knowledge is very important. Now, when a relationship matures, it results into the next level that we call courtship. Now, courtship, it's very key now, and it requires a lot of knowledge. It's very delicate. If a relationship now breaks at courtship, that's what we call heartbreak. You cannot be heartbroken when you are dating, and you cannot be heartbroken by your crush. Heartbreak comes after a relationship process, because I also encourage people to date as many people as possible, so that you may learn about them, learn about many people, date a lot of men, date a lot of girls, know how girls behave, know how different girls view different things, so that when now you are settling for that one, you really know that this is the person you want. Okay, now in courtship, now here it's where commitment is measured. Commitment here means that you are really into this relationship, because here it's where you will visit the doctor, there is parent introduction, you dowry will be paid at this stage of courtship. So if a person is not really into the relationship, courtship cannot succeed. So commitment becomes the biggest element in that stage of courtship. And now when commitment has been weighed and it has balanced, it results into a marriage. A marriage now, it's sustained by various elements. We have knowledge, we have wisdom, we have skills, we have love, we have intimacy. But you see, most people think that love is what sustains a relationship or what sustains a marriage. But love is just one element that keeps a family together. Commitment is the key point from courtship now and into marriage. Commitment is key. And knowledge is a key element in all the process, from the time you met the stranger up to the time now you are marrying them. Knowledge is very key. You have to seek knowledge at every stage. Learn to understand, how am I supposed to approach a person? What's the importance of dating? Don't just date someone blindly. You just want to go out, be with them, meet your physical and emotional needs, and you are even forgetting about the key point and necessities of dating, that is gathering information about the other person. So it's very important in every stage of a relationship for you to have knowledge. Don't get into marriage simply without having any knowledge of how to solve conflict when they arise in marriage, problem solving skills, how to supplement your love, how to keep a marriage strong. And this is knowledge that is available everywhere. In the Bible for Christians, it's available. We have books, we have counseling, we have premarital counseling, we have marital counseling, we have postmarital counseling. So these are all avenues where you can be able to go and gather knowledge on how to start a relationship and have it grow and graduate effectively.